of the most popular children's book series ever. He's sold nearly 300 million copies of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, with the 19th installment out today. It's called Hot Mess, and you may remember earlier this year he debuted the cover right here on the show. He designed it alongside one of his biggest fans, 10-year-old Jacob. Let's welcome back Jeff Kinney, y'all.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So last time you were here, you revealed the cover. But you also last time you were here found out you had a huge fan that
Yes,
you did not know.
I did. The people that you run into backstage at the Kelly Clarkson Show.
Yeah, and especially in this hallway.
I know. There's Snoop Dogg back there, Kylie Minogue. But I ran into Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. I introduced myself to him. I said, hey, I'm the guy who did the Wimpy Kid books. And he said, no way. He goes, I read those books to my kid every night.
Yeah.
And then there was this weird moment where I walked away. I was kind of feeling the glow of that experience.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the double doors burst open and he was standing there like a superhero in the doorway, backlit. And he said,
backlit?
He said, you don't understand. These are the only books my kid will read. And it was just like really cool.
And that's magical, because it takes that, right? It takes that one book or one series that really gets your kid into reading in general, because then they start diving into other books. Same with my kids. Well, meanwhile, you say your younger kid, you have to pay to read, right? You made a deal with?
I made a deal with him. You know, he used to read a lot when he was younger.
Yeah.
And then he stopped reading for pleasure. So I said, you know what? It was late August or mid-August. And I said, you know what? I'll pay you to read a book, you know? And I thought maybe he would read like 2 or 3 books by the end of the summer.
Yeah.
And he read 20 books.
He was like, I'm gonna make that paper.
He made it into a racket. He had multiple books going at the same time. And it was really funny because all the lights in my house were on at the same time because he was always reading a book. It was wild.
That's kind of incredible. Hey, whatever motivates him. Are you still paying him to do it, or is he just stop reading since you're not?
Yeah, it was like a hard stop as soon as the deal was off, right?
He was like, nah, I need to be paid for this to happen. But you came up with the title of the new book like before you actually had the story, right?
Yeah, back in January, I realized that my book was going to come out right before a national election. A really awkward time to be like out there flogging a book.
Yeah.
So I thought, what is a title that can acknowledge this crazy moment that we're living in?
Yeah.
And I thought, of course, Hot Mess.
Hot Mess.
Right, that's where
pretty much sums it up. Yeah, yeah. So wait, and as you do with your books, you're going on a big tour again, right?
Going on a big tour. We're doing something really fun this year where we're putting on a big show. And the conceit of the show is that I'm getting out of the book business. Like I've realized that my calling was to become a restaurateur. So we're gonna open a restaurant on stage that night. We're gonna hire wait staff and back of stage help. It's crazy. We've got a conveyor belt, like exploding meatballs. We've got a remote control rat, grape stomping, and a malfunctioning microwave. So everything's gonna go wrong.
It's like a kid's dream to go to this show.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so not to give away the ending, but at the end, I'm gonna realize that I better stick with my day job.
Yeah. I mean, you've had so many, this is 19, so how do you keep your ideas fresh?
There's always some wrinkle of childhood that I haven't explored yet, and the extended family vacation seemed like a good topic for this one.
Okay. So in conjunction, you're also donating books to kids.
Yeah, we're going around in a food truck, actually, across the country, across the battleground states.
Yeah.
And we've got a selection of high-interest, diverse books that we're giving out to kids for free.
Yeah.
And also, I'm working with First Book. Their mission, their organization's mission, is to put books into the hands of kids who are in underserved communities. And I've seen their work firsthand. When a kid gets a book, a kid who hasn't owned a book before, they get it and they say, I can keep this, you know, and you see the kid kind of hug the book to their chest.
Yeah.
So First Book has served millions of kids. My publisher is also donating 100,000 Wimpy Kid books, so we're giving out a lot of books on this tour.
That's amazing. Because access and opportunity, man, for kids that don't have that. Well, Jeff's latest book is called Hot Mess, and everyone in the audience is getting a copy. Well, before the break, Jeff was telling us about his mission to donate 100,000 books to kids who otherwise might not have access. Our next guest, go ahead, yes. Our next guest is doing the same thing with a focus on children living in book deserts in her home city of Baltimore. That makes her a rad human. All right, y'all, from Storybook Maze, let's welcome Miss Maze, otherwise known as the Radical Street Librarian. Welcome to the show. All right, so you started out as a traditional librarian, right?
Yeah, so I'd say it all started on my stoop. I was reading a book to my nieces on a hot summer day, and other neighborhood kids started gathering around. Yeah. So I invited them to join us, but you know kids, they didn't want story time to stop. They asked me to read again, and I was like, you can read a book at home. Go home and read a book. But they told me, we don't have any books at home. And it was just a really stark moment for me that kids don't have any books at home. So I was reading to neighborhood kids. We called it Stoop Story Time on the weekends, and that inspired me to start working in the public libraries.
Oh my gosh. Stoop Story Time is so great. Stoop Story Time should have had Snoop as a...
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So wait, what was it like working in the library? Did you love it?
I love working in the libraries. I love doing story time. It's my absolute favorite. Yeah. But I realized that the kids who were coming into the library weren't the same ones I was reaching originally out on my front stoop. And I learned about something called a book desert. It's a geographical area where people struggle with access to reading materials because they don't have transportation or their mom won't take them to the library. And some people don't even know what the library offers. So I knew it was time. When I looked at the map, my neighborhood was one of the worst book deserts. And so I knew it was time to get out of the libraries and back into the communities that needed the most. So I launched Storybook Maze.
Yes. Okay, so how does Storybook Maze work? How does it work?
So I do 3 main things: pop-up free bookstores, street corner story time, and I have free public book vending machines where the kids get a little golden token and they're able to get a book out. Oh, there's our first vending machine. We got thanks to a grant.
Yeah.
From United Way gave us a grant for that first machine, and kids are able to just go in there and grab a book, and we've given away over 4,000 books.
That's so cool. That's so great. What are your thoughts on what she's doing, man?
I think it's amazing what you're doing. I think that putting a book into the hands of a kid is really a sacred act. So you're doing sacred work. And I think it's, you know, when I was growing up, I could always find myself in the pages of a book. I read books by Judy Blume or Beverly Cleary, but I've realized over time that not every kid gets that opportunity to see themselves in the pages of a book. And I think that publishing has gotten much more diverse, and that's wonderful because publishing should reflect the world that we live in.
Yeah, every neighborhood, absolutely. So you have something you want to share with me, right?
Yes. I was really inspired by your effort down in Baltimore. I'm from Maryland. Yes. And so I'm going to take the Wimpy Kid van, drive it down to you.
Oh, my God!
And we're going to do an event together. Right? And on top of that, I know that you're trying to get a book truck of your own, so I want to donate $10,000 to your efforts. And thank you for what you do. Thank you.
It's an amazing thing. And I didn't grow up with a lot of money. My mom was a teacher, though, so we always got a discount when it came to like getting stuff. So I did have access to books when I was a kid, and it was so important. I think it made me so creative, and it made me who I am today. So I'm going to double that. I'm going to double it. Characters and they dive in, it really it gives them a different confidence.
Yes, that's my favorite part.
And then watching that light come on.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love seeing them realize that they're the thing of fairy tales, is what I say.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Well, we'll be right back with What I'm Liking, everybody.